Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an author, speaker, and proud father. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. Getting a family man. Now, the other week, I put out a question to y'all lovely ladies about what type of man that y'all wanted. What type of man did y'all want? And, of course, I specifically asked the men not to comment. Of course, one did anyway. Yeah. Had to delete the comment, but that's neither here nor there. And just for any men listening, if I say don't do something, don't do it. Okay? This is a ladies' channel. Okay? Anyway, getting a family man. Okay. Because the thing is, that was the general consensus. That was the general consensus. I mean, y'all ladies said it in different ways, but that was the general consensus, what you want. Okay. That's great. And I'll be talking about how to get that. That's that solid guy, the guy who can make a good husband and everything. I understand that because I understand your nature. You want a husband, and and it's not even. This goes beyond all that. Alpha, beta, or whatever thing. Y'all feel good attached to a man. Okay. Well, some of the things you got to understand what you need to do to get a family man, right? First of all, men who are able to be a family man, what does that mean? First of all, get off that alpha beta thing. Get off that alpha beta thing. I know a lot of men get into it, and then some women might get into it as well, but no. First of all, if a man, any man who takes on a family, is automatically an alpha. In the animal kingdom, the alphas were the family men. Right? Because that man, first of all, you asking that man to take on a responsibility, not just a wife, but potentially children. Automatically, he's leading a group. Right? So first, understand that. Forget all that other crap, or even, even forget the whole select, non-select thing and all those designations. Once that man has gets a family, he's responsible, right? He got to be responsible. So the first thing is paying more attention to the men who show responsibility. That's the first thing. As women, y'all got to show them more love. Y'all got to show them more love. And what do I mean by that? It don't necessarily mean you have to go out with them, because I understand, ladies. I know when y'all younger, y'all want that guy going to turn you on and everything, turn you on sexually. Got hot, physical, got that body, got those looks, fills out those gray sweatpants well. And you know what? I get that. That's just a natural thing, right? And I know ultimately you'll want that guy who has a balance between both, being the sexy guy and the responsible guy. I get it, because that's really the program in my book, Nice Guys and Players. And I'll be telling men, women want a balance of both. Women want a balance of both. Indeed, many women bought the book based on those characteristics. A nice guy and a player. Some women call him a nice player, right? And that's cool. And I'm working on the men on that. But one of the things y'all got to do is y'all got to focus on those responsible men. You got to look at it differently, and it's a different thing. See, one of the problems we have in this overall culture, and I'm going to talk about the cultural aspect in the next podcast, is that because of several factors, and I can't just put this on your hands or your heads, right? On the heads of women. It's everybody contributing to it. But you got some guys, they on that thing where their sole purpose is to satisfy women sexually. I've talked about this on my men's channel, and ladies, y'all know, of course, there's some guys you just want sexually, right? And that's cool, that's understandable. Shoot, your vaginas are doing the rumba and all of that. But those might not always make the best family men, because usually the pattern is, okay, you get with the fun guy, have the excitement, but then you want that responsible guy, right? But see, here's the problem. Sometimes that responsible guy might not be hanging out for you. And then, and there's several other factors going on, which is beyond just women, just an overall culture where you get a lot of guys, they don't develop that responsible nature, right? So that's an issue right there. They don't develop it. And that's a cultural thing too. Wow. I'm gonna have to be talking a lot about culture in the next one. But the thing is, what y'all would have to do is start focusing a bit more on those responsible guys, showing some more attention. Now, I understand, ladies, y'all generally make that decision to choose a guy right away, within 3 seconds or something. I understand that. You make a quick choice. But what has to happen, if y'all looking for that family man, y'all need to be paying attention a bit more. That 3 seconds probably need to go out to a few minutes, and you might need to interact with that guy a bit more. In other words, you can't be quick to reject a guy. Let me say that again. You can't be quick to reject a guy because he might have the traits of a responsible man, a family man. See, the thing is, a family man is not going to show right away. It can't, unless you see him walking around with the family. Unless you see him walking around and you want to be a step parent or something, right? But if he's a single man walking out, you ain't going to know right away his level of responsibility. And I keep emphasizing the word responsible because a family man has to be responsible for your protection. He has to be the type that can look forward and see what's coming and stuff. He got to look long term. He has to be that type who's going to go out there and get the resources, right? Because a family man has to be, just because of the nature, especially you have children, he might have to work a while. Women can't really work. In fact, I would just say, and this is more of a political statement, maternity leave for women should be at least 2 years, because the child needs that time with its mother. So during that time, you need that man who's going to go out and work, who's going to take the responsibility, not just for himself, but you and the child. And it can't be a problem. But sometimes those traits don't show up right away, especially you have a lot of women looking for that cute guy who got that style and everything. And that's cool. That's understandable. And I've even told men try to have that style, develop their bodies and everything. But you have to actually try to get to know that man, right? It can't be a quick rejection, because a family man might not be that type. You might get lucky, and I'm going to address that too, because sometimes women try to turn like one of these, cute pretty boy or something into a family man. That might not happen, right? But you're going to have to really keep your eyes open. Look at their responsibility, right? And I've met some women who've done that. I never forget, and I've talked about this woman before who didn't think much of she didn't think much. All the stuff I had going on for me that would work, with a lot of women didn't work for her, because she was looking for a family-orientated man. And she told me specifically that she liked me because I went to the store for my grandmother and that I worked with kids. But she was very family-orientated, One of the things y'all got to do is look at the man. How does this man respond to his family? How does he interact with his family? How does he interact with children? Is he responsible? Is this a man who look like he's working on something? You got to look at that. Look at this thing. Does this man look like he look forward to everything? When I say look forward, like he can think long term. He ain't just living in the moment. Now, that's a confusing part, because I know people follow me on my Deep Thought channel. I say, being in the moment. But what I mean is this. Not just a guy just partying, doing crazy stuff, not thinking about the repercussions. Look at it like that. Is this the type of guy that think about the consequences and really thinks through things? Because if you want a family man, what's going to have to happen is, well, collectively this needs to happen, but I'll save that for the next podcast. But every single woman got to start thinking. She got to look at everything. More so than what y'all do. I already know y'all look at a lot of stuff visually. But you got to look at his personality a bit better, or take a chance. Take a chance. If a guy approaches you in the street and he's polite, talk to him. You never know. You never know. But at that, I mean, seriously, get a family man, a lot would have to change in how women interact with men initially. You know? And I'm going to be real, a lot of women get rid of that good family guy right away, or so stuck into that guy who can turn her out, which is important too. I mean, no, it's important. It's a part of it. But may focus on that to the point that they ignore the other stuff. So it's you want that family man. You gotta take your time and look at other shit. You know? So anyway, that's all I got for now, ladies. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.